What is up, my planeswalkers? It's been a little while since I did one of these. Seems like I should get back in the habit of actually doing the thing that I said I was going to do when I first started doing these things, because I enjoy it, and it gives me a chance to get together and talk with you guys about some stuff. So, this is the Domri raid, the Domri City Smasher Planeswalker deck. As you know, these are for individuals that are new to the game, don't really have a whole lot of stuff, new to Standard, or just kind of want a jumping off point for a deck. I also use these to play more casual games with friends. Like we'll get the Domri raid, and we'll get the Dovin, get the two that came out in the same set, because they're decently balanced against each other. They're not ridiculously overpowered. They're not super expensive at $15. That's, that's decent. I mean, you get a full deck box, includes 2 boosters. So we're going to dive into this. This video is to talk specifically about Domri. I'll do a second video talking about Dovin. And then I'll do 2 additional videos talking about upgrades to each of the different planeswalkers. So the next Domri video is going to be the budget, meaning across all of Standard, what can you add to this, spending no more than about $20 to make this a more viable, useful deck. I haven't even actually looked at the deck lists on this yet, so it's all going to be a surprise. Very exciting. But as Gruul is one of my very absolute favorite archetypes, because back in 96 when I started, 6th grade? Yeah, 96 when I started playing this game. Gruul was my thing, because Crawworm was the boss. I mean, look at this sucker. Crawworm was the beast. I mean, he's just a 6/4 for 6. It's ridiculous that he was the thing at the time. But, Gruul has come a long way. So let's dive into this sucker, and we will see what it is that we will see. And the second upgrade is using only cards from the set. How could Wizards have made a far more superior resource for their players? So of course we have this, which, there we go, pop him out, toss the box, all that stuff off to the side, and put Domri. Oh, I'm going to talk about him first. Okay, so Domri, the City Smasher. He is a 6-cost planeswalker. The reason he is 6 cost is because he is intended to be almost unplayable in Standard. Not unplayable, but almost unplayable. Okay? So 6 cost for a 4 loyalty planeswalker, but you can immediately +2 him, which is useful. It means that he's going to stick around a little while longer. So effectively, he's 6 mana for a 6 loyalty planeswalker. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain haste until end of turn. That is really cool. It's basically double Riot, but you don't get to keep the counter. So, useful. His -3, Domri City Smasher, deals 3 damage to any target. Being able to hit straight to the player's face is a good game finisher. Your creatures do most of the work, and then you blip 3 damage straight to the face. You can also remove some less than desirable creatures. And then his ultimate, put 3 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. Those creatures gain trample until end of turn, which is pretty sweet. I mean, in a creature-based deck, that's going to be really helpful. So now you put him over here in the upper corner while we talk about the rest of the deck. Of course, the deck itself, don't need that. Comes in a really cool box. It's got Domri on the side. Inside, of course, is the deck and introductory stuff, 2 packs, all that. So let's crack that open. All right, we'll get to the box later. So this is before you play, playing the deck, blah, 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 blah. Not all that useful for a seasoned player, but if you are new, please make sure to read that. It will be very helpful. We'll crack these last because they are still a random regular booster pack. This talks about the different types, popular formats, standard, booster draft, commander, all that good stuff. Yes, I will have used the code here. When you buy one, they come with this code. This code lets you have this deck, this entire 60-card deck. Well, except for the lands, because you already have those, in MTG Arena. MTG Arena is allowing us to have kind of a renaissance of Magic the Gathering playing, which is great. It's one of those things that I kind of wish they were gearing it more towards the paper Magic, because face-to-face is more fun. But, you know, being able to play in your underwear is also kind of cool. It tells you how to cast spells, attacking and blocking. You're seeing now why it's obviously geared towards new players. It's even got a turn counter. You know, begin, untap, draw a card, main phase, combat, second main phase, end. Pretty straightforward. Let's get those out of the way. All right, into the deck itself. So, End-Raze Forerunners is a decently expensive creature. It is 5 mana and 3 green. 3 green is kind of crazy, but if you're casting it for 8 anyway, you've got the 3 green. That's not really a sticking point. It says, Vigilance, Trample, Haste. When it enters the battlefield, other creatures you control get +2/+2, gain Vigilance, and Trample until end of turn. It in and of itself is a 7/7 with Haste and Vigilance and Trample. So this can be a finisher in and of itself. This is a regular Guilds of Ravnica card. In here we will have some cards that are specific to the deck, and we'll talk about those as they come up. Glass of the Guild Pact. Multicolored creatures you control get +1/+1. Now that is not for cards like this, even though it has multiple mana symbols. It is, of course, just for cards that have multiple colors. You can see the different guilds of Ravnica. Domri's Notarog. Domri's Notarog is one of those cards that is only available in this deck. It's a 5/2 trample for 5. It is a multicolored creature, so it gets the +1/+1 for the Glass of the Guild Pact. It is trample, which is great. When it enters the battlefield, you can search your library and or graveyard for a card named Domri City Smasher, reveal it, put it into your hand, and if you search your library this way, shuffle it. This is easily one of the most useful cards with this Planeswalker, because, hey, you play the Planeswalker, he gets killed. You play this, you get the Planeswalker back. And as there are 2 of these Domri's Notarogs in there, you effectively have 3 versions of Domri City Smasher at your disposal. Clamor Shaman. This is another one of those regular ones. It's a 1/1 Riot, which means that it either comes in with a +1/+1, so it's a 2/2 for 3, or it's a 1/1 with haste for 3. Whenever he attacks, target creature and opponent controls can't block this turn. Surprisingly helpful. A lot of times you're going to be controlling the board a little bit. If not in this existing matchup, in my upgrade, because one of the things that this does is green-red is creatures and burn to the face. That's what it does well. So that's what the upgrade is going to look like. Feral Maca, basically what's called a bear, 2 mana for a 2/2. Got a couple of those, that's good. Gravelhide Goblin. It's a 2/1 for 2, but it's pumpable, which is nice. Another Clamor Shaman. Not sure why they're separated. Axebane Beast. 3/4 for 4. Just a nice basic generic critter. Rampaging Rend Horn. This is a nice common. 4/4 with Riot, which means that either it comes down as a 4/4 with haste that you can immediately start swinging, or as a 5/5 if you need a bit more of a blocker. Sylvan Brush Strider. Got 2 of those. They enter the battlefield and get you 2 life, which is pretty helpful. Wrecking Beast, this is one of your bombs. This is the big thing that you toss out and helps you close out the game. Ideally, you've got Domri City Smasher on there, so you drop it for 7 mana, then you -8 on Domri, you get 3+1/+1 counters on it, so it's a 9/9 trample haste, and because when you riot it, you bring it in for haste, so helpful. Ballrat Clan Crusher, this is an uncommon that doesn't see a lot of play outside of decks like this one specifically, and it probably is going to get phased out because it's a 4/4 for 5, which is You're wanting to spend about 1 mana for each of the different stat block down there. So you would like a 4/4 for 4 or a 4/4 for 3. 3 is ideal. But tap, remove a +1/+1 counter from a creature you control. He deals 2 damage to any target. Direct damage is nice, but there's other ways, better ways to do that. Frenzied Erranks, very helpful. This is a 4/4 for 4 if you choose to put the counter on it, but it could be a 3/3 with haste if you'd like, and trample, which is very helpful. And it gets +3/+0 until end of turn, which you can do multiple times if you happen to have 12 mana available. Unlikely, but possible. Zertar Goblin, 2/2 Riot. Nice, solid card there. Charging War Beast. This is another one specific to the Domri Raid deck here. It is a 3/1 with haste, so you do not get to control. It doesn't say Raid, Riot, which would honestly be better. It would fit with the guild's theme a bit more. But as long as you control a Domri Planeswalker, he gets +1/+1 and has trample. So this is designed to mimic the Riot as long as you have Domri. If you don't have Domri, then of course you don't have the Riot. Gruul Guildgate, both arts, so that's nice. 4 copies. Mountains. This mountain image here is only available in this Planeswalker deck. And you can see 263 of 259. There it is. So you can tell that is a Planeswalker deck exclusive. Same thing with the Forest. This art is only available in this particular establishment, basically. Burn Bright. Creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. It's nice. It's a combat trick because you can cast it at instant speed. Stony Strength, same thing. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Untap it. They think that you're tapped out. You beef up your beefiest and allows an extra block. Ragefire. This is another Planeswalker deck exclusive. This is basically a lightning strike, but it's only for creatures. And you get 4 of those in the deck. So overall, it looks like kind of a fun deck to play. Is it going to be the absolute end-all, be-all, bestest deck that you can possibly run? No, not even a little bit. But it has potential. So we will open up these last 2 packs over here, and I will start working on the upgrades for the next video. So, 2 packs. Everybody loves 2 packs. Now, the reason these come with packs is so that you can start upgrading your deck immediately. Because ideally, you're going to pull something sexy out of this that fits in with your deck theme. So, even though this is a Rakdos card, it is a decent bomb. I mean, for limited, I wouldn't really put it in this deck. Soraform Hybrid, Deface. Deface is a decent one. It's got a mechanic we haven't really seen before. Destroy target creature with Defender. It's a very specific target, but in certain instances it's very helpful. Root Snare, prevent all combat damage. That's helpful. Azorius Locket. Alright, we're in the uncommons. Depose and Deploy. Not really helpful for this deck, but a decent card overall. Code of Constraint. Now, we will probably talk about the addendum mechanic in the next one, but that's it's an interesting mechanic. Combine Guildmage. A lot of Simic cards. And a Simic Ascendancy. So, yeah, apparently they thought we were going to... And a Simic Guildgate. Wow. However, that is a Rakdos. Not a Rakdos, a Gruul token. But yeah, apparently this is the Simic pack that everybody wants. Simic and Azorius. And there's a couple of other things, but as far as things of use, yeah, all Simic and Azorius. And pack number 2. Alright, another Prying Eyes. Spear is fun and limited. If you get a chance to use that one. Frilled Mystic. That's a nice one. I've been tricked by Counterspell on that one before. Plus you get a body on the field. Swirling Torrent. Resolute Watchdog. Such a good boy. And Blood Crypt. A card that I don't mind getting. However, not really helpful in a red-green deck. With a Rakdos Guildgate. I wonder if that's been intentional. Because we've gotten Rakdos, and then we got Simic. So, after the next video, we'll see if that trend continues. So, next plan is to, of course, have this video uploaded by the end of the week. I should have the budget version so that you have something that you can take to your Friday night gaming or Saturday night showdown or whatever standard events that you got going on. And the not-so-budget version that Wizards could have put together. Make this a bit more playable. So, until next time, Planeswalkers, have a good night.